So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you guys out there how to make Swedish fire torches or fire candles, or they call them Canadian fire candles in Canada or Norwegian fire candles in Norway. So I'm going to show you how to make New Zealand fire candles. Now there's a bunch of different varieties of these you can make. I'm going to just stick with the basic 3, and you guys can get pretty creative and make however many different kinds you want to. Now these are really good for parties. They're great for cooking on down at the beach or in the bush. You probably do need a saw for most of them to cook in the bush, although the third variety with just the small sticks you can probably just make out of driftwood. So I'm going to show you guys how to make these, and hopefully you'll put them to good use out there at your next house party. Everyone likes a house party. Look at that, it's absolutely chucking down out there. I don't know if you can see through the camera, but there's quite a bit of rain. My gutter's overflowing on the corner spout here. The guttering can't handle the channel. There's so much water coming down, it probably needs a clean out actually. Maybe a dead rat or two stuck in there, who knows. I'll crack into it. Pretty essential for these Swedish fire candles is a chainsaw. For one of them or 2 of them you'll just need an axe and a normal handsaw, but for the main one you're definitely going to need a chainsaw or a pretty heavy duty 2-person handsaw to be able to cut the grooves into it. So I'm just finishing off sharpening the teeth on this so it cuts nice and straight, and should be good to go. Well, my lovely wife decided to put the 2-stroke oil that I need for my chainsaw into the car. So I don't have any 2-stroke oil to make a mix for my saw, so I can't make the first design of Swedish candle, but I will be able to make several of them, and then you'll have to see the original Swedish candle when I get some bar oil, some 2-stroke oil tomorrow. So I'm going to crack into it and make a couple of simple Swedish candles, or New Zealand candles, or Norwegian candles, or Canadian candles, or whatever the hell you want to call them, and then tomorrow we'll make the original bad boy. Alright, to start off with this first candle, you're just going to need a variety of pieces of wood, about yay thick. I've got a bunch of kindling here too, and it's pretty simple. I've also got a couple of bits of flax to tie it all together. Well, these are actually off a cabbage tree, but you can use flax or cabbage tree or string or whatever. So, just going to lay these down here. Now for our second one, you just need a round log. Dry as you can get it, split into 4 or 5 or 6 different pieces. See how it's all been split like that? I've just got to tie that together. Alright, now that we've got our 2 candles semi-prepared, now it's just a simple matter of lighting a fire on top, getting them burning. I'm just using the original Kiwi fire lighter, which is old car in the tube here. And if you can go down to your local garage and see if they've got some really old inner tubes stashed in the back of their garages, that tends to work better than the new inner tubes. The older inner tubes have a higher rubber content or something, they work a lot better. Not always a good idea to light a fire on your back porch, but I've got an old saw blade down. I'm hoping I don't burn the house down. I've got a fire extinguisher on hand just in case it gets out of control. Should be right, mate. Now the idea of lighting the fire on top of them is that as the fire burns, little bits of coals drop down inside the actual lumps of wood and then start the lumps of wood burning from the inside. Jack, careful, stay off that, buddy. Right, she's been burning for about 10 minutes now, and you can see as it burns down, the inside of the logs catch on fire. So as soon as that happens, we don't have to keep adding wood to the top, and it will just burn naturally all the way down to the stump. Well, have a close-up so you can see the inside of the log starting to burn here. I might just add a little bit more wood to the top of it just to get it a bit higher, get it a bit hotter, get those logs burning nice and good. Betterer, burning betterer. It was actually burning so well, and it started to get really windy. I thought I'd better get it off the porch and out into the front yard. Now it's really hammering down with rain at the moment, and as you can see, they're still burning pretty good. So I think they're well and truly alight by now. Hopefully, it's pretty heavy rain. We'll see how they burn in this really heavy torrential downpour. Oh, they've both gone out. I might put a bit more kindling in to try getting going. Whew, there we go, managed to get them cranking again. As long as that wind keeps up, they should be able to handle the heavy rain. Looking pretty good. I'm glad I moved the bloody things off the porch. That wind just came up like a bat out of hell. It's calmed down a bit now, the rain's eased off, the wind's eased off, and they're burning quite nicely now. So we're going to put a kettle on and boil it up. Easy peasy. Now you can make these Swedish candles quite high, about 3 or 4 foot high. If you do that, they'll just slowly burn down from the top all the way down to the bottom. So they're really good for camping or parties if you're standing around. But the next one I'm going to show you is actually a lot more practical than these first two. Figured I'd better get one last shot of these things before I wrap it up. Just to show you how they're burning now. They've been going for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And they're still burning pretty nicely. Ha